I'm feeling good today. I got my hair cut, which is what black people do instead of going to therapy. So it's fun. And it's great. It's like, were you depressed or were you just nappy? You know what I mean? Nobody's ever killed themselves like with a fresh fade. So it was nice. I don't need antidepressants. I just need a man who kind of hates women to cut my hair really well. That's the other thing too. I can't know that I'm gonna get a good haircut unless the barber is like a little misogynist, right? Like it's not ideal, but just a little bit. Otherwise, it's just like I'm not gonna let a progressive dude touch my hair. He's spending too much time like knowing how to make women come. I need somebody who hates not even just women, like a specific woman too. Like he's gonna do a good job because he's got to pay that alimony. You know what I mean? Like otherwise, I don't know. That's the thing. You don't know if you're gonna get good service in some places unless someone's got like crazy opinions. That's why I don't like how weed is so legal everywhere now. Like, how am I supposed to know I'm getting good shit unless the person giving it to me believes like crazy conspiracies? I'm not gonna go into one of these dispensaries and have them be like, "Hi, how's it going? Did you know that Michael Jackson's alive and lives on the moon?" That's not happening. It sucks. I like conspiracies. I like black conspiracies because they like make a lot of sense, right? Like they're wrong, but they come from an important place. Like black people are doing this thing now where we've been so erased in history and whitewashed that we're like overcorrecting and it's going too far. They're like, Jesus is black. He wasn't black. I'm sorry, blacks. He wasn't black. Right? They'll be Cleopatra was black. She wasn't. Sorry. It's like we didn't, but they'll say that. Like the real Israelites were black. We made the pyramids. We made the Great Wall of China. It's like, no, that was the Chinese. Like, no, black people were the real Chinese. The Japanese too, that was us. Samurais, ninjas. Yo, Godzilla was a black woman. It's not true. I like it. I don't know. We've been making a lot of progress, but not like enough. And I feel like we're not committed as a whole nation to really make the right kind of progress for black people. Like I think I should be allowed to cheat on white women. I do. I do. See, and people aren't going to be on board with that, but it's like you can't like is cheating bad? Yes. But can cheating sometimes be reparations? Like let's talk about it. What if I cheat with a black woman on Juneteenth? Like the fuck are you going to say to me? Like how are you going to be mad? I thought you were an ally, you know? Right, you want to read my texts? What you should be reading is White Fragility by Dr. Robin DiAngelo. Stupid. It's like one, I don't know. We're not going to get reparations. I feel like, and you guys can tell me if you feel the same way. In lieu of reparations, I should be allowed to steal and eat a rich white family's dog. Because we're not going to get, if we can get like a lane on the highway, or I can eat a white dog, that would be ideal. I grew up poor, but not poor enough to brag about. You know these people who have their like poverty stories that kind of sound like impossible? Like, I didn't have my first meal until I was 12 years old. I can never compete with these people. I was telling my friend, grew up way more poor than me. I was like, a lot of times we couldn't really afford real presents, so all we got was socks. He's like, man, I grew up in a sock. Me and 27 siblings in one sock. And it wasn't a tube sock neither. It was an ankle sock. Can never compete with these people. It's because everything is so like hierarchical in America that everything becomes like a competition, right? Like you tell the wrong person you're depressed, they'll try to out-depress you. Told the same friend I was depressed. He's like, oh, you're depressed. I tried to kill myself today. It's fine. Try to go to therapy. It's kind of hard. It's hard to find a good therapist because there are so many white therapists. It's like, how are you going to solve the problem with the problem? You know, it's rough. It's like, what's bothering you today? It's like your fucking face, sir. That's it. Tried to find a black male therapist. That was really hard. It was difficult to have a black male therapist because I went in and I thought that I wanted it to be a man because I thought there was a thing about male psychology that men can understand. Like I thought if I could speak to a man, I'd be able to go to therapy and be like, well, I was going to jerk off, but then I thought about the movie Space Jam 2 and I started to cry. What's that about? And then he was going to be like, well, it's because in Space Jam 2, ultimately the story is about the relationship between a father and son. You didn't have a good one of those, so you started to cry. And I'd be like, hell yeah, therapy. He'd be like, hell yeah, therapy. And that'd be fine, right? But that's not what happened. I went to therapy, and I got a black male therapist. And because he was another black man, I just started posturing immediately. He's like, how you doing today? I'm like, nigga, I'm killing it, nigga. I got money, nigga. I got bitches, nigga. Anxiety gone, depression gone. I am killing it. And I did that for an hour. And he's like, that's our time. And that's not how therapy works. I was recently at a Starbucks because I hate good coffee. And I was writing on my laptop, right? I was just writing on my laptop, minding my own business. And there was a black man sitting next to me writing on his laptop, minding his own business. And there was a white woman sitting across from us. And she had that moment. She was on her laptop, too. She had that moment where she stood up and looked around to, like, see, you know, if somebody was going to be able to watch her laptop. And she looked at me and made eye contact for a very long time, looked to the black man sitting to my right. And then she made the choice to turn around and walk way further than us to ask another white person if she could watch her laptop. And this person right away knew what was going on. She was like, ooh, I don't want to say yes. I posted my black square. I'm an ally. I'd let Skyler cheat on me if he wanted. But she said yes because she figured it was either that or, like, recite a Maya Angelou poem from memory. So this woman goes to the bathroom. We're all sitting there in that weird racial tension. I'm like, wow, she just assumed that because we were black, we're going to steal her laptop. And I'm not going to steal her laptop because I'm black. I'm not going to steal her laptop because I'm already got my own laptop. I don't want to carry two laptops. So I waited for her to come back from the bathroom. I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach everybody a lesson right now. I can't let this stand. So I wait for her to sit back down in front of her laptop, which is when I stand up in front of my laptop. I look at her, and as soon as we make eye contact, the same way she made eye contact with me before, I turn to the black man to my right. I go, hey, brother. Hey, my fellow black strong brother, my fellow melanin king, out here overcoming the chains of oppression to shine like the diamonds of Mother Africa. Brother, I ask you, nay, I beseech you, brother, you are being beseeched. If you, as well as our ancestors, could turn a watchful Negro eye towards my laptop, because as we all know, there are some white devils out here that would like to steal our property the same way they stole our people as property all those years ago. What do you say, brother? And assalamu alaikum, by the way. And I just put this dude on the spot, right? I was like thinking about it. I'm like, did he even see what went on? I don't even know. I might have just thrown a Black Panther surprise party on this man. But he did it. He played along perfectly. He didn't say anything. He just put his fist up real quick.